Hi there, welcome to the weekly Cardano Wyckoff session. And so we're looking at the Cardano weekly chart, and this sign of weakness is temporary, I would say, because it just fell from a seemingly pause in terms of like price falling. However, it's not solid yet because I don't see a significant solid rebound. If that doesn't happen, then I'll take this away. But before getting into further details, disclaimer, these sessions are for education research purpose only and not financial advice. Having said that, your comments and discussions are very welcome, so feel free to make good use of the comment session. And going back to Cardano, we can see after some high volume weeks, these 2 weeks remain more or less similar. If we look at the monthly as well, so there's a little green after a long red, and this seems to be before the final drop, like a little bit of direction seeking, I would say. And if we take a look at the mega cycle in 2021 to 2022, there was let me shrink this a little. It's too gigantic, that cycle. There were 2 LPSYs before it eventually dies down. However, given the scale of what we have this time, it's only like a third of what it was with the upwards of the distribution back in 2021. It's possible that there's no second LPSY. However, even if it has, like I said in earlier sessions, like earlier weeks, like this purple line is not easy to break. So like upward resistance is around 85 cents. Currently the support line is at around 63 cents or 64 cents. So we see this little red candle. The price bounced up after trying to poke through the white resistance line. That's the long-term playground zone. Well, if eventually this cycle is to finish, it's a likely chance that there would be some trading activities within this white box. However, as of this moment, it doesn't seem to have as violent a price action as the beginning of March. However, it's given all the macro environment situation, it's not optimistic, and we'll continue to observe whether an accumulation pattern is going to happen. And in terms of daily, after breaking outside of the downward flag, even though the textbooks say it's a bullish sign, however, you see, I already mentioned a few times in my sessions that textbook or simplified saying doesn't mean the price would shoot up like crazily high. Like this very good example, the downward flag. Yeah, it broke out, but it was like a mini bull, and then it already starts to die down, right? So be careful how we interpret like these bullish sign or bearish sign. It in a lower level timeline, it's going to be controlled by the higher level. So if the macro is going down, there's no way you can get a crazily high rebound. So that's what I'm trying to say. So be careful with those. And similarly, an interesting thing I noticed as I'm talking, I think in one of the altcoins in the earlier sessions, I did mention I noticed an interesting pattern that is something like this. So within all these crazy sudden surging upwards, there seems to be a secondary trend or secondary trading range that's going on. If this holds true, and if this white line isn't going to hold, one way to prove that it's going or heading that way within this yellow trading range is like the price poke through the white line and then hit the bottom of the yellow. So that's roughly around 55 cents, 54, 55 cents. So there's another interesting thing if I extend this box further. You see this wedge, right? So there would be another scenario that the white support line successfully defends the price. When it gets to this tip of the wedge, there may be a rebound happening. So let's see whether scenario 1 or scenario 2 would happen. So either the white line can't defend the price anymore, that it goes further down along this yellow trend all the way to somewhere of these support levels defined by the accumulation cycle, or it got a little bit of rebound and restart the horizontal trading range between the bottom of the short-term playground zone, the pink box, and the top of the long-term playground zone. So that's for Cardano. And I'll move on to